Back in January of 2021, I read this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And that book is probably the most important book that I've read in my entire life because it taught me that in order to get actual change in your life, it's not about like this big motivation or this big push to change your life, turn it around, do something completely different. But it's more of like what you do every day that adds up to be something big. So last night I decided that I want to make some changes in my life, do some improvements on multiple aspects, on the violin, on the stuff that I post here for you guys for social media, and other stuff in my life, like my personal health and whatnot. So I sat down, I journaled, and I wrote down exactly what I want to improve on. And then I figured out a way to create daily habits around those things. And if not, do weekly habits. So I know I'll hit the gym, hit the weights 3 times a week, or I know I'll do cardio for 3 times a week, or do jujitsu 3 times a week, or practice every single day, or do something in my diet every single day, whatever. And I think the most important part with that is not making it like a big habit or something very strenuous every day. Like I'm going to practice 1 hour every day. But on the contrary, you want to make it as little as possible, as small as possible. I like to think about it as a 0.01% improvement every day. So I'm not forcing myself to practice for more than 30 minutes every day. If I force myself and if I expect that of myself on the days where I have to teach, I have to do concerts, I have to do some private lessons with students, I have to do run around this and travel and whatnot, I'm not going to be able to practice 30 minutes on those days. What I've done for myself is I haven't put a time on it. I just put what I need to practice on. So if that takes me 2 minutes, then fine. If that takes me 10 minutes, then great. And if it takes me an hour and a half, 2 hours, then that's even better, right? As long as it's still focused. And I did something similar with the gym, right? Something similar with cardio health. I just came back from the gym, as you can tell from the sweat stains. So I would say that's probably one of the most productive things you can do and that I've done in the past is having that conversation with myself and setting those standards, setting those routines, habits that will build up and give you more improvements. And I will keep you guys updated on how those things are going. But so far, so good.